Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the RFL Europa draws. How are we all? I'm, of course, Cameron. I will be your lead host tonight. Alongside me hosting is our Vice Chairman, Gracie MBA. I am good, thank you very much. How is the crowd doing tonight on this Friday night? It is a lovely night here in Britain, and we are ready to get the draws underway. So what we will be doing, ladies and gentlemen, is what in real life they usually do Champions League, then Europa League. We're going to switch up and we're going to do Europa League first, as that's easier to describe. So Europa League, as we know, is just the 10 teams, the two groups of 5. There is no pot difference like Champions League. It is totally random for anyone to get anyone. So the teams that we have in the Europa League we have Bedford Hearts, Flyco Gijon, Porticlair, Hafenstad Dynamo, Spezia, Hastings United, Lugo, Claremont, Bayernstad, and Barry. Those are the 10 teams that will be competing for the Coupe de Europa, ladies and gentlemen. So what we will do is we just come over here, click this pot, and then it will show up there on the Group 1. So it will go Group 1, and we'll fill out Group 1, and then the last 5 teams remaining will be Group 2. If that makes sense for everyone.
So yeah, we know. It was just
So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, shall we get this undergoing and find out the Coupe de Europa draws? Are we ready, ladies and gentlemen, to find out the first team? The very first team competing in RFL Europa, Coupe de Europa, is CD Barry. Find himself in Group 1. Barry, obviously, managed by TSV Phone. They've got players such as Kefa Moko, the Yula, and Freeron Riku. Do you know much about Barry, Greasy?
They can't comment on them.
That's fine, but that's fine. And who will be competing with Barry in Group 1? This will be the first opponents. It is Bedford Hearts, so an Italian-English match-up there. It will be the first game will be Bedford Hearts against Barry in RFL Coupe de Europa. Their third opponent will be SC Clermont, French side. So at the moment in Group 1 we have Barry, Bedford Hearts and Clermont. Clermont, obviously my old team that I never played for. They've got players such as Forky Orchestra, Mosto, Foden Oots, Aish, Vuxify. They'll be looking to take down RFL Coupe de Europa. 2 out of 5 left, to find out Group 1. Fourth team is FC Porticlair. The French team, managed by Butterblocks and Good Lord Cause, Iron Man and Vurezi, RFL director there, playing for Porticlair. What do you think of Porticlair's chances there, Greasy? Obviously, with Vurezi in the team. We do know about having goals.
I think they're going through.
You think they're going to go through from that?
No, definitely not. I think Bedford and then Claremont will go through.
There we go, and then rounding out Group 1, ladies and gentlemen. So we have Barry, Bedford Hearts, Claremont and Porticlair. One more to go, and it is CF Lugo. And there, ladies and gentlemen, is your Group 1 of Europa League. It is CD Barry, Bedford Hearts, Claremont, Porticlair and Lugo. Which means, ladies and gentlemen, that the other 5 teams are in Group 2 as well. Let's just draw them out so you can see. Hastings, Bayernstad, Flyco Gijon, Capitale and Hafenstead Dynamo. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There are your 2 Coupe de Europa draw groups. We have CD Barry, Bedford Hearts, SC Clermont, FC Porticlair and CF Lugo in Group 1, and in Group 2 we have Hastings United, Bayernstad, Flyco Gijon, Capitale and Hafenstad Dynamo. What do you think of those draws there, Grazy?
I'm seeing a lot of people saying Lugo is going through in the chat, but Lugo has Saka. He's a liability, so We'll see what happens. We'll see if they go through.
Yep. Then, so, ladies and gentlemen, that does conclude the RFL Cup de Europa draws. Let us now move on to what we are all here for. The Cup de Champions. This is what we are waiting on, ladies and gentlemen. So, to explain it, obviously, as we know, Group 1 will have two Pot 1 teams in it. That's the way the draw has worked. So, if you are in this draw, ladies and gentlemen, you will be looking to avoid Group 1 today. So, Coupe de Europa has four pots as well, based on league coefficient. In Pot 1, we have Stafford West End, Fortaleza, RC Palmont, Gruntal Sports Club, SSC Milano. In Pot 2, we have Romford Park Vale, Tarragona Club de Football, Association Sportive Montesavoa, Nordmere United, ASC Pisa. In Pot 3, we have Wakefield Academy, SD Cordoba, US Verdelak, Grobstadt United, and AS Rome. And then rounding out in Pot 4 is Newbury Thistle, Murcia SAD, Athletic Beaumont, Elbastad FC, Parma FC. Those are your draws for Europa. Gracie, obviously you are a Pot 1 team here, my friend. Who will you be looking for? Any preferences? Oh,
Nah, nah. I don't mind.
no preferences?
Yeah, we'll play anyone.
Okay. Hot Laser will play anyone. You heard it there first, ladies and gentlemen. So what the way this is going to work is we will do the 5 Pot 1 teams first, then we'll do the 5 Pot 2 teams second, 5 Pot team third, 5 Pot 3 teams next, and the 5 Pot 4 teams afterwards. So to begin, ladies and gentlemen, in Pot 1, in Group 1, rounding out one of the two Pot 1s in Group 1 is Gruntal Sports Club. Find themselves in Group 1.
Oh, Hoyland, man, it's not looking good for you.
So obviously Gruntal will be facing another Pot 1 team there. In Group 2, it will be RC Palmont. They lead Group 2, ladies and gentlemen. In Group 3, we have Fortaleza Football Club. There you go, Greasy. You avoid the Group 1 fade. Are you
Niall, you
happy about
kept your
that?
job. Niall has kept his job. Well done. Well done, Niall.
In Group 4, we have SSC Milano, which obviously means that in Group 1 it is Stafford West End and Gruntal Sports Club in Group 1. What do you think about that matchup there, Greasy?
It's gonna be a very interesting matchup. I don't know who would win. I feel like Granto has fell off a bit. They got Plaza, aka Hoyland, up front. He hasn't been performing as of recent, but if he finds his form again, they might go through, but we'll see.
Exactly. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we will move on to the Pot 2 teams. We will be starting out with Group 1, who will be finding themselves up against Gruntal and Stafford West End. Ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be Nordmere United. Gruntal's domestic rivals find themselves up against Gruntal and Stafford West End.
Oh, wow.
There is your first three teams find themselves into Group 1. Second Pot 2 team to come up against RC Palmont will be Romford Park Vale against RC Palmont, England against France. That is a very interesting tie, I must say. The fans will be looking forward to that one, ladies and gentlemen, I must admit. In Group 3, to face Greasy's NBA's team, Hortaleza, will be AS Rome. What do you think, Greasy?
Easy, man. We'll take him.
Yep, you happy with that?
I'm buzzing, man.
There we go. And then in Group 4, we have Tarragona against Milano. That will be another very interesting tie, I must say. And then, what do you think of that, Greasy?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen Tarragona recently, but I believe they will beat Milano. I don't think Milano are the same anymore when after losing Ronaldo, but we'll see.
And there is AS Montevideo left. Let's do that. They find themselves in Group 1 there, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see.
Oh, it's dark, man. It's so dark. Gruntel's going home.
So in Group 1, ladies and gentlemen, we have two more pots to fill out, Pot 3 and Pot 4. We have in Group 1 so far Gruntal Sports Club, Stafford West End, Nordmeer and Montevideo. In Group 2 it is RC Palmont and Romford, Hortaleza against Rome and Milano against Tarragona. Let's finish off Group 1 with Pot 3. Completing Group 1 is SD Cordoba.
Oh, oh my God.
That is a very good group.
Hey, I'm loving this.
That is a
Oh,
very,
wow.
very, very good group. So that is Group 1, ladies and gentlemen, finished. It is Gruntal, Stafford, Nordmeer, Montevideo and Cordoba. Next pot 3 team will be Wakefield Academy. Romfield's domestic rivals find themselves up against Palmont and Romford. I want to see Wakefield's reaction there. In pot 3, going into Group 3 against Hortaleza and Rome is Grobstadt, Jamie's team.
God,
Crazy.
bro, I don't want no, man. These Australians and all of them, man. Nah, man.
What do you think? That is a director against vice chairman right there. Grobstadt, obviously the Australian team in RFL, led by Police 10 RFL director. In Group 4, we have US Verdelac against Milano and Tarragona. What do we think? Verdelac. Do we know much about Verdelac, Grazy?
I don't know if they've kept the same team. I know they sold a couple players like Ronan. He was their carry. I don't think they're gonna do well unless they find a replacement, but we'll see.
Very interesting. And then rounding it out is Spezia in Group 2.
Oh, wow.
And that is Group 2 so far. That leaves us with 5 teams left, all pot 4, ladies and gentlemen. That is Newbury, Thistle, Murcia, St. Roche, and Elbestad, and Parma. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, rounding out Group 2. Palmont, Romford, Wakefield, Spezia, and Parma. And there is Group 2 finished. Palmont, Romford, Wakefield, Spezia, and Parma. Who do you think will be coming through that one, Grazy?
It's gonna be Romford and probably Spezia, to be honest. I don't think Palmont are good anymore. So but we'll see. We'll see.
Then next up on Group 3 is Hortaleza, Rome, Grobstadt, and Elbestad.
Oh,
The German teams continue. Grazy, what do you think?
I mean that's gonna be a hard one. I'm not gonna lie. We'll see. We'll see
Hortaleza
what
against
happens.
Elbestad, and then obviously Grobstadt against Elbestad in the league and now in the Europe as well. Next up in Group 4 to complete Milano, Tarragona, Verdelac is Murcia SAD, ladies and gentlemen. You will be playing against Milano, Tarragona, Verdelac, and one other team. We have 2 teams left. Completing Group 3 will be Newbury Thistle.
Oh
England
my,
finally joined the party. That is
with
2 Australian
Australians,
teams.
another. Bro, I'm not doing this, man.
All Leicester will be playing against 2 Australian teams in Grobstadt and Newbury, which means we do have an Australian derby though in the group stage. Newbury against Grobstadt. Can't wait to look forward to that. To watch that at 2 in the morning. That'll be a great watch. And rounding out the draws, ladies and gentlemen, is Athletic Beaumont find themselves in Group 4. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll round it off. The groups once again are Group 1, Gruntal Sports Club, Stafford West End, Nordmeer, Montevideo, and Cordoba. In Group 2, it is RC Palmont, Romford, Wakefield Academy, Spezia, and Parma. In Group 3 is Hortaleza, AS Rome, Grosstadt United, Elbestad, and Newbury Thistle. And in Group 4, it is SSE Milano, Tarragona, Verdelac, and Murcia SAD and Athletic Beaumont. That is the Europa League draws concluded. Greasy, any final words, son?
Judo press, bro. We'll see what happens.
Well, and thank you very much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Further information will be handed out very shortly on the fixture scheduling and how the matches will take place. I have been Cameron, your lead host tonight, doing the draws. We will be back again for the knockout stage draws. Good luck to all teams competing in the group. And that is all from us. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.